film Sunny Holiday on an old VHS camcorder. While Pete and I were strolling down South Street in Philadelphia, we stumbled upon the ostentatious street magician. I thought he would make a great subject for a mini concept doc. I would film him and wait and see what word might come up in the future that I could match him to. As we made our way to my car, I devised a whole clever plan on how to construct the film. I would capture Sonny on an old VHS camcorder. Using the outdated camera, transport the footage to another era. It seemed perfect for the subject matter. And while I did this, Pete would capture the whole thing in HD. It would be a document of a document. However, the spontaneity of discovering and trying to capture Sonny would give way to the harsh reality of poor preparation and forgetfulness. For you see, I didn't make sure that the batteries were charged for the cameras. So, the VHS wouldn't even fire up, and the HD cam would only live for 4 minutes and 21 seconds. When I returned home and checked on my small stockpile of mini concept words, one word leapt from my notebook: hoodwink. In a way, this doc is a twofer. For as the audience was hoodwinked by Sonny's sleight of hand, so was I by my own self-confidence and belief in technology. Because it's all fallible. Right?
You know, folks, there's nothing in the world I'd love to do than watch people do magic. A few weeks ago, I was in Edinburgh, Scotland, coming out of London. I went to Scotland for about a week. I was watching this 69-year-old street performer. I happen to know all his magic except for a couple rope tricks. I asked if he'd show me a couple. He said, sure. He says he'd show me one. He said the first thing you do when you're showing a rope trick, you have to let the people know that what you're handling is one piece of rope. He says you can't show the trick till then. He said let them know that you have one piece of rope before you start the trick. Because you can't show the trick until you know it's one piece. I keep thinking I'm in New York or London. No, I'm not. Nowhere near it. He said, let them know that you have one piece of rope. Touch it, feel it, pull it, examine it. Not the one I'm going to use. Oh, yes it is. Seeing how many of you paying attention. Real lively bunch I've got here. I can tell, folks. You see, when you're like me, you stood in front of audiences for 40 years, you can tell a lot about a bunch of people. You see, people's my business. I know you thought it was magic, tricked you again. Hey folks, the rope trick I'm going to show you, the name of it's called Professor's Nightmare. It's the oldest rope trick in the world. It's about 5,000 or 6,000 years old. But being so old, I'm going to show you how it's played when I'm through so you can play nightclub gentlemen in your own home.